That is good. We're glad just making sure all the bits and bobs are doing what they're supposed to be doing, which generally means I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So we're going to test this out, but all should be good. Interesting live we have in store for you today. Studio setup. What do I mean by that? It's about all the bits and bobs that we've kind of got going on there. Let me just wait. We're live on Amazon.com as well. So if you do follow me on Amazon, that's awesome. If you don't follow me on Amazon.com, then what are you doing? Get over there, start following. It doesn't cost you anything. But anyway, so let me know whereabouts you are watching this from. It's always good to know. I'm just going to pop over to Amazon right now just to make sure the sound's working okay over there. It says it's all working good. It's it's all working good over there. So I'll try not to scrape my mouse across this worktop. So let me know where you're watching from. If you're in the hypnotherapy group, if you're on YouTube, or if you're on Amazon.com. Always nice to know whereabouts everybody is. So yeah, it's been a good one. I managed to catch Dan Goyette's live earlier for the Hypno Cafe. I don't know if you saw that. Always great stuff. Do check his stuff out as well. He's a great guy. There's a few great guys out there. There's some great live streams coming out at the moment, which is really good. Colorado. Now we're talking about it. Is it cold? Yeah. Snowing by any chance? Skiing by any chance? Yep, that is good to see. Let me just pop on here as well so I can see who's who and where's everybody at. So yeah, it's the weather here. We started spring like 2 or 3 days ago. The sun came out. Everything started to look nice and bright. The weather was starting to look lovely. The temperature was raising up. But today it has gone absolutely freezing cold. But we have a British bank holiday coming up in a few days' time, and traditionally the weather is always terrible for that. So yeah, that's always good. Let me just pop onto the Facebook group as well. Live stream hypnotherapist there as well. And if you are watching in the group, then feel free to drop your business page in there. I can see we've got Casey there. We've got Lizzie here. Yeah, it's good to see. Yeah, it's good to see sunny and warm with Canada, 8 degrees. Richard, tropical, the tropical realms of Canada. So yeah, that is the reason. So yeah, it's good to have everybody here as well. 7-inch overnight. You know it's a good night. 7-inch overnight. It's not bad doing is that. Pack it in. So yes, so we're talking about a studio setup today. But if you have any questions or anything, then please feel free to jump in and ask away. These can go a bit off-piste. You like we did there with the skiing? They go a bit off-piste sometimes, but all is good. Dan Goyette is here. It's warm at 52 degrees in Michigan. Nice. It's, yeah. I must admit, this time of the year is my favourite time because it's starting to look nicer. You know, there's the optimism that spring brings. We're coming into summer. Like for me as a performer, I've kind of got like my summer season about to happen. You know, like this bank holiday, it is crazy busy. It's nice. It's full of optimism and stuff starting to look brightly coloured again as well. I don't like the greyness that British weather brings with it, but I'm sure it's the same everywhere else. But I do love like 7 inches of snow overnight. There's no better feeling than waking up in the morning to fresh, crisp snow. But we don't really get that in the UK anymore. We get a little bit of slush. We maybe get the odd inch and a half. But yeah, 7 inch, that is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm all over the shop as well. I'm going to give you, if you stay tuned, about halfway through this show, I'm going to give you Kerry Taggart's in the house, a former Mancunian. For those of you in the US that are watching, let me just explain that Manchester in England is actually the centre of the universe. And if anybody tells you any different, then I will fight them. It is the centre of the universe there as well. Adam Richard Dealey is here as well. Good evening, Mr. Son. Adam, good evening. How are you? It's good to see you. So it's quite good that I'm talking about studio setup and everything. Because Adam, who's in the comment section, most of the time helps me set up my studio as well. So he's been good. Oh, it's not live on YouTube. Oh, no. I knew we were not going to go live somewhere. Never mind. The joys of going live. I kind of tweaked tweaked my destinations tab just before I went live. So I knew I was going to lose something, but I wanted to go live on Amazon because, do you know what I mean? These lights don't pay for themselves. So yeah. Lizzie worked for years in Manchester. Cool. I've not had a haircut, Adam. I've got an absolutely massive pimple from wearing my baseball cap. So I thought I would flatten my hair down because I'm vain. There's nothing you can do. Guaranteed, when you got a live schedule, a spot will appear. So I thought I would yeah, I would try and disguise it. Thank you for that, Adam. I'll remember that at some point. So yes, talking about studio setup, I will at some point be showing you behind the scenes. You get to see this part of the studio here. Adam's in the comment section. He'll let you know what it's like behind the scenes. It is, I'll only show you a limited bit behind the scenes as well, because behind the scenes in this studio is crazy. So all the stuff down that way that you can't see beyond the camera is just full. There is books, there is boxes, there is lights, there is all sorts of stuff. There's lighting trusses, all that lot. From the camera back here is where the studio is, and it's how that's set up. So I will be kind of showing you behind the scenes there. And the purpose for this is to show you that you don't need to have a specific studio. It is about making a studio in whatever space that you're in, making it your own and making it your little streaming studio. Because a lot of people get a bit nervous about going live, and having a space that you can create does help. Lizzie asked, what camera do you use? This particular camera, this one here, that is the Canon M50 with a 22mm lens. I'll talk about that a little bit. I will talk about some of the stuff that I use in the studio as well. A lot of people get caught up on cameras. I'm a big believer in like kind of lighting, and little other bits and bobs will do much more work for your stream than just getting the camera. So you can go out and spend loads of money. Connor's here as well. Loads of questions. Like, yeah, well, listen, fire away. That is exactly what this is for. And so, yeah, micro. Yes, it's not a small camera. It is. I will show you it in a minute. But yeah, it's a mirrorless camera. And again, the 22mm lens enables you to kind of get that shallow depth of field, which I love. So if I was showcasing a product, for example, let me show you something. This USB hub, you pop that there. You can see the details on that, and I go blurred. So the focus of attention is right on me then as well. Yes, I know. As a man, I hate it. Fills me with anxiety hearing the word micro. So yeah. Oh, microphone. The microphone. This one is the Shure. What one is this one? This is the Shure MV7. I nearly said the SM7, which is what Dango 8 just picked up today. He has got an awesome camera. A little bit jealous of the camera microphone. That is good. The focus of attention is on you usually. Yes, as it should be. So yeah, so we're going to talk about the kind of the setup and also talk about the studio behind it. What you'll not know from this is this brick wall here is the backdrop for this particular stream and a few other streams that I do. On this wall there, we've got another backdrop. We've got like a grass wall set up there as well. And on that wall there, we've got black curtains with some flight cases, all a bit messy. So we will kind of show you how everything's going on there. Rome Knows Tech is in the house. Rome, how are you? Yes, thank you very much. I shall try my best, Rome. And you too, my friend, you too. If you are on Amazon.com, please check out Rome Knows Tech. He runs a great live stream, and that guy knows his tech and his photography. If you want to know some cameras, that guy has got the best of the best. A little bit jealous. He's got some great stuff. So thank you very much for that, Rome. Always good to hear from you. For those of you hypnotherapists that are watching this as well, that are kind of, you'll be going live on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Check out Amazon.com. The community on Amazon Live is so good. It's so supportive, and they're full of great people, such as Rome Knows Tech that was just talking there. Great community of great people. So yeah, Adam says, I follow a guy on YouTube who catches scammers, and he goes by the name of Mike Raffone. What a great name. That's a good. If I was to be would that be my singer stage name? That could be your stage name, Adam, actually. So yeah, so like I said, if we're going, if you have any questions whatsoever, then please feel free to drop in the chat. And like I say, if you are a hypnotherapist, drop a link to any of your upcoming lives as well in the Facebook group. That is cool. So we're going to get on to products. Let me just flip through here because I have to use my Amazon.live on there. First thing I've got on Amazon.live, and I use this as the first thing as a protocol because most of you have got a laptop. It's a great bit of kit. This is a MacBook Air. You don't need to have massive bits of kit. Don't worry, I do have the computer here. I've had the MacBook Pro in the past. This MacBook Air, the M1 chip in this is fantastic. More than good enough for many of you if you were going live. It's a great bit of kit, but most important, he traps this flapping it. Most important, look how thin that is. So if you're doing a lot of traveling, and I know some of you in the comment section do a lot of traveling, Casey, Lizzie, I know you guys get about a bit. Look how thin this is. And the processing power on this is perfect for live streaming. Depending on what software you're using though as well. Because if you're using like OBS, that can be a bit, it can take up a lot. But with this, it can go in my carry-on and it does a great job. With this, if I wanted to, I can pop that open. I can use the inbuilt camera in here to be going live and set everything up here. When we talk about setting up your studio, if you're going to be going live just using your computer, then make sure you're at kind of eye level height. Set it up however you want. If you're at an airport and you want it to go live, set it up on a shelf somewhere and then talk to your camera. I would recommend having some extra bits of kit with this as well. But your basic studio is think what's behind you. Make sure there's not going to be loads of people walking past you, and make sure that you've got nothing too bright behind you. You put something really bright back here that shines that way, all the attention is going to go on that brightness, and it's going to overexpose and blow you out, if you know what I mean. Oh, take that out of you want. So you want to make sure, but if you can do it so that, let's say if you're outside on a beach, for example, with your laptop, make sure the sun's kind of pointing down this way, not behind you, and then get the nice, interesting background. If you've got an interesting background, people that are scrolling through whatever social media platform that they're on, those that are scrolling through are going to go, oh, what's this? Where's Casey now? She's on the slope. She's about to go skiing. See interesting stuff in the background. It's going to draw their attention in. But you don't need to be too busy that it detracts from you. You got to think of these shows as being you at the center of attention. You want your audience's attention dragged in so you can impart your knowledge as well. So yeah, so that's why we talk about kind of being the show. Be the show. Does it fit in the grant Saunders approved man bag? Absolutely. Always have a bit of kit with you. Have some kind of bag there you can put your microphones in, your little bits of extra bits of kit. I have a man bag. Adam takes the mick out me all the time, but I can fit my microphones in there, maybe a webcam, a couple of little bits and pieces, and I can go live just about anywhere. I had a job interview once online and got asked my background. I told them it was Mount Kilimanjaro. Oh, love it. Is there a, we've got one here somewhere. A record scratch. There we go. So yeah. So my main computer that I use for streaming is this one that's right in front of me here. Can I actually, I can bring this up. There we go. You're going to see behind the scenes now. Excuse the mess. I did not tidy up for this stream. So let me just bring this on screen here as well. So there you go. You can see my main computer there, which is going to be this one. So yes, this is an iMac. This is a 24-inch, I believe. Great bit of kit. With this being as big as it is, I do have a special carry case for this when I'm doing other stuff. When I need a bigger screen and when I need to be doing more stuff, it's the iMac that I'll always use. So I will bring this down from upstairs and put this on here. You can just use your MacBook Air, but this gives me a lot. But this one here, I have power banks everywhere because the thing is as well is with a power bank like this, you can even run your camera through this. So that kind of helps to keep you mobile. So if you're going live in places where you probably couldn't be going live, then it's great for that. So I've also just skipped back into there as well. Like I said, don't forget, if you have any questions, jump in the chat and I'll answer those as we go along. Now, the reason why I have this one is I know all my assets are on here as well. Now that is a command station. Do you know, it's a bit of a mess. So you can see here, we talk about the background. You can see here, this one here, that's some grass there with a big pink neon. This is for a wedding stream that we do. And you can see the corner of the back. Look at the mess in the corner there. You can see the corner of that stuff. So yeah. I ran my MacBook on mine. The capacity is amazing. Yeah, you got an amazing MacBook though. You have an amazing MacBook, Adam. So yeah, so this is the iMac. Again, even though it's a big kind of powerhouse, it does everything you need to do. It's got a great big screen on it, but it is still fairly portable. You know, I do get about like that, all hidden. Love it. Yeah. Like I said, behind the scenes, everything is crazy. This here as well, you won't know. This is a stand-up desk. I'm a big believer of when you're going live, kind of makes you do miss my 27-inch, Adam. Yes. The 27-inch again was brilliant because you could split your screen up and see everything that's going on as well. But quality over quantity, Adam. I thought I would struggle going from the 27-inch down to this one, but to be honest, it works perfectly. And so the only time I have an issue with this, but there's ways around that as well, is if, for example, I've got a stream, you'll see these chairs down here. If I've got a stream where I'm sat down here and I'm talking to the camera that way, my eyesight's not as good as it was. So it's about kind of changing that there to go up. So yeah, so that's the iMac. Great bit of kit. And again, start where you are with this. Chase, how are you? Good to see you. Awesome. So yeah, so having this kind of setup, start where you are, start with your laptop, then build up to stuff like that. And again, it's about setting your studio up however you want it to be set up. Make it comfortable, but make it yours. That's the important thing. You want to see the amazing desk move. Okay, let's do it. So here's the thing. I've got a flight case. You can see this flight case here. So if I'm streaming, I can be on here, and I use this flight case on wheels for kind of coming out for other stuff, and my MacBook's on there. So I also use it so I don't have to go too far down on this. But depending on the stream that I'm doing, I want to keep that eye contact, that eye level. So again, on the side here, you can see it there. On the side there, I've got various different 1, 2, a timer, up, down, and manual. So I can just, if I want to, I can just raise it up, or I could just move it down. If you're on Amazon, sorry, I've not got this in the thing, but I can take this all the way down. So it makes it a normal desk size. Set that back up again. But then that, for me, like I said, I like to be at kind of eye level here. Now, the reasoning for this is awesome. But the reason for this is, for me, it's about the body language. You make sure you're as comfortable as you are. And I need that energy. If I'm sat down, I've got a different energy, but it's whatever's right for you. So with this, if I'm doing stuff that's a little bit more serious, I'm going to be sat down. I'm going to be kind of talking in there. I have the 2 chairs here as well, so I can kind of set it up with interview style stuff as well. Oh, Adam Dealer, I'm stealing that. That's going to go in all of my future talks about this. Eye level is bi level. Absolutely right. Yes, that is brilliant. Retail is in the detail. Body language is really important, isn't it? Just we're coming out with some bangers here tonight. So yeah, do you know what? Body language is really important, and it's so important on camera as well. We express so much of our intent, of our emotions, of our feelings through our face, just our eyes. So again, having that so much space taken up on the screen with that, I think that's one of the reasons why it is so important. Yeah. So yeah, so that's kind of your studio. I have a different space set up for a different type of stream, even though I don't use these too much now. And the reason for that is because I want to make it as easy as possible that when I want to talk on a subject, I can flip. I can move the camera around and go over there. I've got this camera over here. That can do what it needs to do. I've got this camera here. That can do what it needs to do. You can move it around and make it what you need to do. Let's pop this back on here now again. There we go. Back to me. So, do you know what? I'll pop that back in on screen, but I'll make it a little bit smaller, actually. I'll swap these around. just so you can see what's going on now. It's going on in the background. That's fine. So you'll see in the stream as well, we've got various different lights set around. It's important to set the stage. Set your stage. From the performer side of things, there's certain things we need to do. We need to make sure our stage area is, I'll say safe, but it's more about making sure that you know what kind of stuff you've got going on there. What camera do you use? Oh, let me move this camera to shine onto that camera if I can. There we go. The joys of going live. Anything could happen right now. There we go. So I'll bring that round there, and you'll see there. Let's bring this up. There we go. So that's the Canon M50 there. Now that's a mirrorless camera with a cropped sensor. That is a nice little camera, to be fair. And again, I can travel with that. It's got the small rig cage on it. But what's great about that particular camera is, let me just make that bigger so you can see it as well. What's great about that camera is, you can take your normal snaps with it. You can do whatever it is you need to do, but it does a great job. Let me just pop that back on there. I'll come back here and then pop you back up here. There we go. So yes, that's the Canon M50. You'll see, let me just move this up a little bit. You'll see we've got various different lights here. We've got LED panel lights. We've got a ring light, and in the background, you'll see a softbox light there as well. They do really help. Yes, Canon M50, that is the one. The R50 is the newer version of the M50. I would recommend, if you're just starting out in live streaming, I'd probably say don't go for the R50 just yet. Not because of the camera, but because of the lenses. There's a limited amount of lenses that's available for the R50, and you've got to be on the R kind of lenses, which are a lot more expensive. There's not universal ones out there, and the adapters are still expensive. To be honest, the camera itself is not that important. The lenses on the camera is going to make a difference. Those camera angles remind me of bald head cam guy from TikTok. I don't know what that means. Let me just get back onto the Amazon app. So yes, that's the M50. On it is the 22mm lens. So this is not the kit lens that it comes with. This is the 22mm lens. And again, because it's the M50, this lens was not that expensive. I think it was a couple of $100, less than a couple of $100. And this is the EFM 22mm. And that's what gives you that really shallow depth of field, which looks really good. And again, it shows that soft focus of the stuff in the background, which keeps the focus of attention on you and the message that you're delivering as well. So that does help. Again, if anything that I say kind of makes sense, let me know in the comment section. Give me an applause emoji. Or if you have any questions, then feel free to drop those in as well. I'll just mention quickly, you saw the camera that I was using there. That was a Canon HFG20 video camera. So this is more of an event camera that I use, and that is used for kind of doing this background stuff. But if I was at an event streaming it, like we were the other week, you've got that bigger camera with the better zoom and that type of stuff in it as well. Adam, have the right lens and your streams will always be... Adam, you are dropping gold today. Have the right lens and your streams will be 10s. I hope you're writing these down, Adam. These are going in the graphics for next week's stream. You're absolutely right. How you make your stream look, set your stage so it looks right, set your camera. Think of your camera, by the way, not as a camera, not as this thing to be scared of. Think of the camera as a loved one, a supportive friend that's in your audience. Think of it that way. Think of them being sat there watching you do your thing. And only think of them as being one person, because when you're having that conversation with them, and you're having that conversation with one person, if you need to, like I like the Canon M50 because there's a little rack at the top there. If I wanted to, I used to put my little, my monkey or my cat on the top. You could put some googly eyes on there to remind you to look at the camera lens, not at the monitor at the side, not at the screen down here, to look at that there. Think of it as being your friend. Give it a name, give it an avatar, do whatever it is you need to do. One of the things most of us have and go live with is the iPhone. Now, oh, there we go. Lizzie says, ring light box. Here's the thing with me. The light boxes, which you saw over there, they're really popular. We'll talk about lights now, actually. It's a good question, that is, Lindsay. The light boxes, have we got any in here on this? Yes. So the light boxes, really great bit of kit. They do a wonderful job of kind of lighting it up. They generally come in like 2 packs or 3 packs with these soft boxes. They're LED. They do really good. You can see it. It's that one over there. What you can see in your screen is the big. Let's make it bigger. There you go. The one in the top corner that you can see, top left corner. Why that works well is because, again, it diffuses the light, so it helps spread the light, so you get an even sense. In the palm of your hand on a tripod stand, the video camera's power. It's got. I think someone's on ChatGPT. With every flicker and mood is set, light boxes chat for you. Someone is definitely on ChatGPT there, Adam Mr. Dealer. For those of you that watch any of my other streams, Adam Dealer is actually producer Dan. So if you hear me talking about producer Dan, that is Adam Richard Dealer. I do a show where Adam he does all the hard work and I just stand there and present. So that is great. And he also helps out with my shows sometimes because he's a good lad. So yeah, busted. Yeah, I thought so. It was very creative. I mean, you are great creative, Adam. I'll not take that away from you. Adam is also responsible for the new branding, by the way. This is my new hypnosis logo. Look at that. That is Adam. He is a great creative. Don't message him though, because he doesn't need any new clients. He's got all the clients that he needs. So the soft boxes. Unfortunately for me, when I first upgraded my lights, I got the ring light. I think they're great, very versatile. Then I went over to the softbox lights. They were a little bit big for me. I do like the LED panel lights because, again, they're fairly flat. Again, fairly flat. That's got a battery on the back, so again, it makes it portable. Fairly flat, diffuser on the front. Again, these can be used in various different places. I'm very conscious all the time of how much space stuff takes up, not only in the studio, but also, if I've got to travel with it. Last week, we were at a local sports, the stadium, and we were streaming an event for them. So this stuff had to be tucked down there as well. So yeah, do check that out. Just excuse me, keep using my phone and flipping to different places. It's because I'm in different groups. I don't want to miss anything out there as well. So yeah. So that is the softbox and the lighting. Does that answer your questions? On the back of these, most of these lights now will give you a warm light and a white light and a dial to turn them up and down. The newer ring light that I have here, which again is probably the most popular ring light. Is it in here on Amazon? Yeah, it is. There we go. We'll talk about that. You can see that there. That's this one here. And you'll see on the panel at the bottom here, there's various dials. So I can turn it up and down, and you can see the effect that has on here. And you've got warm light and white light. And so the difference of that is obviously the warm light's got more of a yellowy tone to it, and the white light is very, very strong white light. I don't have room for lights in my luggage. Shoes are far more important. You are absolutely correct, which is why these are great. So if I'm traveling, these are battery powered, but look at the size of these. Tiny. Have we got any battery in them? Because they have not charged these up at all. So with this, it's RGB coloured lights, and they can fit anywhere. And so even if you are in your hotel room at a conference streaming, you can set these up. You can set them to any colour that you want, he says. And they've got all sorts of different little bits and bobs on there. Or you can just have it as a white light there as well. Remember what I said about if you've got a white light behind you, it blows you out. But small enough to go in your luggage. And again, if you're in a hotel room, sometimes the lighting in the hotel rooms cannot be the best for live streaming. A couple of these, you can just set them up, and it just look at the difference in that. It can just light you up where you need to, or if you want to just put it in the background, you can use it for lighting up something. There you go. I'll light up the. Look how different. How nice is that actually? Oh, do you know what? Let's. Whilst we're live, let's find a nice. Would that look nice? Bush, bit moody there. There we go. I wear glasses and recognition lights to avoid reflections. Great question. What I would do is make sure the positioning of your lights. So what you want to be doing now, this is a bad example actually because of how this is. The lights were actually set up for a stream I did last Wednesday down here. What you want is the lights to be 45-degree angles up from you and 45-degree angles away from you. So effectively the light's going to be coming from this angle here, that way. What that's going to do is if the camera is here, the reflection of those lights is going to be down here. So the camera shouldn't pick it up. So move around and play around with the position of your lights above your head and to the side. And so the reflection of that is not being reflected into the camera. Does that make sense? Or contact lenses, which is a great answer there. But yeah, it's always, I stream with both my contact lenses and without, depending how lazy I'm feeling, to be fair. I don't like to wear my glasses when I'm streaming because I'm a little bit vain. That's the only reason why I don't do it. If I've got something more serious to talk about, I'll wear them just because I think it makes me look smart, even though I know it doesn't. But yeah, so just play around with the position. Again, if you've got any flat reflective surfaces in the background, play around with the position of the lights and it will make a big difference. I got that from a photographer friend of mine who's always telling me off for stuff. That's what we'll talk about. I'm always flipping backwards and forwards to different bits. One of the most important things, or the most powerful tools you've got for live streaming, this is your studio setup, but your phone. Use your phone. If you're out and about, your phone is a great bit of kit for live streaming. What's your hashtag for when you're live streaming? Depends on the stream. I've got a few different ones, but my favorite one is hashtag be the show, which is the same for when I'm doing my stage show as well as live stream as well. There we go. Adam is there. Hashtag be the show. Always good to, and we talk about this in a bit as well, is about breaking the fourth wall. Talk to your audience when you're on a live. A lot of people, when they go live, are nervous about being live and then kind of just talk about like what they need to get through and then get a bit panicky and then they manage to get through. Oh, I've touched all my points. That's brilliant. I've got through it. But make sure you're literally not just hitting the points, but you're talking to the audience as well. This is a conversation between me and you. It doesn't matter who that you is. It could be Adam. It could be Lizzie. It could be Casey. It could be Richard. It could be whoever it is. It's a conversation. That conversation, you're building rapport, you're developing trust. You hope you're getting those people to like you. And so that is exactly what it's about. Adam says, I remember talking to you live in the green room when you were getting changed, talk about the 4-4. Here's the thing. Do you know what? This is how powerful live streaming can be. When the pandemic happened all those years ago, some wedding businesses were having troubles. We started going live. TQ is in the house as well. TQ, how are you? How are the pets? Pause. And so we started live streaming to connect those wedding businesses, which is weird because it's the anniversary of that this week. So I thought it was really interesting. But every week I'd be going live and Adam would stream into I nearly said my back end then, but that's not what happened. And so there'd be many times when I was getting changed, getting ready for that night's stream, and where I'd be mid getting changed and I would hear this little noise in the background and Adam chuckling to himself because when he joined the live stream, I would be mid getting changed. And I have learned from that, and I'll get changed that side of the camera. But yeah, I'm sure there's a lesson to be learned from that. But yeah, I'm sure Adam has got some very interesting screenshots of those days. I know I have. So yeah, so a lot of you, especially the hypnotherapists and coaches, are going live on their phones. That's okay because everyone knows about my back end. I'm sure they do. Uh, yes, very much so. So everyone kind of is using these to go live. Just because you're going live on your phone does not mean you have to kind of sacrifice on quality or audience engagement. Make sure, even if you're going live on your phone, make sure you've got good arm's length away. Same kind of thing, a little bit higher for your phone. Purple phone, by the way. Got a little bit of purple. A little bit higher for your phone. Make sure you've got an external microphone. Don't just use the microphone that's on here because you'll get like a weird sound and it'll pick up all the other noises as well. But if you've not got anything, you can pick up something like this. Nice and simple. And again, you're going to have good audio. So if you're out and about, you'll find when people are doing like live streams from events, there's all sorts of noise going on in the background and it's difficult to understand what they're saying. If your audience is struggling to hear you, they're going to switch off. There's a million and one other interesting places where they could be at that moment in time. They're investing that time in you. You are investing that time in me. I want to make sure you're rewarded for that. I want to make sure your investment is going to pay off. I want to deliver the goods so that you can understand it. Because I know that if you're not interested or you're not hearing me clearly or you've got to struggle to hear me, you're going to switch off. So get yourself a microphone with your iPhone and you'll do absolutely perfectly. No one's got an excuse to not go live. I literally, if I'm anywhere and there is something interesting, I'm going to go live with it because this is a great way of getting your messages out. Lizzie, thank you very much. Again, it is about trying to deliver value. It's trying to, make sure that, I've picked up a couple of tips and tricks over the years when it comes to live streaming. I think I'm on my 1500th live stream, which is not bad going really. At one point I was going live every day. I don't do that as much now, but I really enjoy lives. It's the closest thing for me as being on stage. But I think it's also one of the most important marketing tools you can use to grow and develop your business. Because the barrier to market, live streaming, is so small. Like I said, you got an iPhone or a Samsung with a microphone, you can be going live. Not only going live, like you can literally, like, let me just show you this. I always talk about Amazon.com as being a great community, but at the moment I'm talking to my hypnotherapy group. I'm on my YouTube channel, or should be on my YouTube channel, and I'm also on Amazon.com. So there's Amazon.com on there as well. So this stream is generating revenue. It's making me money. So as I'm talking to you about stuff that I love and I'm passionate about, I'm not being salesy. I'm just sharing that information. But because I'm also sharing that information to Amazon, people that are interested in the products that I'm talking about, anyone that purchases those, I'm making money. So that's, again, it's just a way of helping you as a coach and a therapist create multiple income streams, but not only that, to market your business. Because by going live, you're reaching the people that need your goods and services. You have a duty of care to do that, because, getting on my high horse here a little bit, I assume you're good at what you do. I assume you do it with good intent. I assume that if you specialize in a certain coaching modality, whether it be hypnosis, CBT, Reiki, whatever it is, I assume you do that and you want to be the best at that. By you not going live, by you not reaching out and connecting with your audience, you're leaving the opportunity for someone that's not as good as you, that doesn't have as good intentions of you, to reach that person and give them a negative experience. And none of us want that. So are you going live, starting where you are? The barrier at the moment is so low because most people are just going live with the laptop with terrible lighting and looking terrible, even though I look terrible today. You can look good, sound great for not much money. And that enables you to reach that audience. Again, that's just my two penneth. So yeah, we talked about the computers, we talked about the lighting, we talked a little bit about my microphone. Um, Here's a little thing that I love as well. Here I've just got a little projector stand. You don't need to have lots of fancy stuff in the background. That is literally just a projector stand that I've got not just the brick backdrop, but a couple of extra things. Now, again, it's nice to have interesting things in your background because that's a way for you to express your personality. But you'll notice it's not glaring, it's not taking your attention away from the message. It's just there to show a bit of interest. If we were doing a different stream, we could bring in something else like this. Let me just move this chair out of the way. But we could bring in, there you could bring in a little light there. That's a little stage light that I've got. Just have that pointing at the back there. It's all different things for creating that different look, to showcase your personality. Again, remember, when people are on social media, let me just go through here. When people are on social media, they're going to see your stream, they're going to see the stuff in the background there. And then what you want is you want them to go, oh, that's purple. We talk about purple. One of my best online friends on Amazon, Rising Siren, the queen of the purple army. Not seen her for a while actually, but I don't go live that often on Amazon now. We connected just because of the purple lights and the purple monkey that I had in the back of the stream. TQ loves purple. Exactly. Who doesn't love purple? It is the best color in the world. And so because of that, you're reaching your tribe, you're reaching your audience, and that's what we want to do. So things that are interesting about your personality, things that you love. If you love Lego, maybe have a bit of Lego in the background. If you love plants, have some plants. If you love purple, put some purple in. Don't make it too busy, but just have it as a little showcase of your personality. And again, having the projector stand means I can raise or lower them however I want them to be, and it just makes it so much easier for me to showcase that. Does what I have said make sense? If it does, please do let me know in the comment section, and let me know how you are doing. Each week, we're kind of be talking about different things that kind of help you boost your live streaming and help you grow and develop your business and reach more people. That's what these streams are about. My name is Grant Saunders. I'm a stage hypnotist, trainer, and live streamer. I always find that really weird to say that because when you think of a live streamer, you think of a teenager with their headphones locked in the bedroom gaming. I don't do that. I've used live streaming in order to help my business get through the pandemic, and coming out of it, I've used it to grow and develop my business into being a worldwide reach now, as far away as Bidlington. No. I don't want to sound egotistical, but you know what I mean? It's really helped me make connections, collaborations that really do make the difference. And in the world we live in now, live streaming enables you to connect with people all over the world, people that share your same dreams, desires, and achievements. You can connect with them and you can grow together. Collaboration, I think they call it, where you collaborate with your competition, build each other up. So yeah. Guys, that is it for me this week. If you've got any questions now, then please do drop them in. One last thing on live streaming. When you do go live, I use a software called Be Live. If you're interested in using the similar one, it enables me to have the stuff that goes on the screen and all the bits and bobs. I'm not doing a lot of the graphics today. If you are interested in that, drop me a message. I can send you a link to that. But that's something else. What I will say is if you have any questions about going live, do let me know. One of the things, by using that piece of software, it enables me to repurpose this information. So for those of you that follow me on my YouTube channel, Live Talking, on that, I generally, with the products that I talk about, I'll shorten them down and create a YouTube short and make a little video for that as well. It's exactly the same as if you're talking about various different topics with your clients. After your live, let's say you do a live for 20 minutes. You can do one for 10 minutes if you want, but let's say you do a live for 20 minutes. And in that 20 minutes, you have one great sentence. We've had a couple here tonight. We've had a couple of really great sentences from Adam Dealer. What was it now? What was it? I have to go back. See if we can remember it. eye level is bi level. So there's a couple of great sound bites that you could use. You could repurpose that and create a short. So if you're talking to a client about mindset or anything like that, within that live stream, there's going to be some real golden nuggets you're going to deliver. Chop that down into like a 30-second clip and then post that on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts, on Instagram Reels, on Facebook, wherever you want. You'll see that the internet now is filled with exactly that type of content. You can waffle for 20 minutes and get 20 seconds of gold. You repurpose that. That is what is going to fill your calendar with exactly the type of clients that you want. Facebook user says, interested, please. Drop me a DM, drop me a message, and I'll make sure that happens. Let me just go into the group there. I was looking in the wrong group then for a second. I absolutely will. I'll put a link in the comment section. The link is an affiliate link, but it doesn't cost you any more money. It just lets the guys at BeLive know that I've promoted their services. It is very intuitive. It is great. It is awesome. Joanna is here as well. Joanna, how are you? Hopefully you are well. I'm nearly done now, Joanna. Such a shame. Guys, thank you for joining me this week. Next Monday, around about the same time, I will be live right here. Please do, if you're not a member already, join the live streaming for hypnotherapy groups. Joanna, she's here. It is good to have you here, Joanna. If you join the live stream for hypnotherapist group on Facebook, and if you have any topic things, what time it is, I believe it is 2 p.m. Eastern, which works out at 6 p.m. UK time. However, it's now moving to, we'll be doing our daylight saving times soon. Yeah. Cool, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. Take care. Joanna, I'll see you next week. TQ, I'll see you soon. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. And thank you for the comments as well. It always helps to get that. See you guys. Take care. See you soon.